What's up, guys? I just want to give you a heads up. Tomorrow, just a little programming note. I believe we're going to get back into the wokeness with LeBron James. He posted an interesting response to his tweet a couple of weeks ago in I think her name was Ma'Khia Bryant, and that whole situation where he tweeted out basically threatening that cop. He tweeted out another different response, and I want to get into that with you guys. So we're going to get into that tomorrow. But today, we are going to get into LeBron, Anthony Davis, and the Los Angeles Lakers. After the win against the Nuggets last night, Anthony Davis was pounding his chest on the court, screaming, "We're back! We're back!" That was the scene Monday night in the Staples Center after the Lakers beat the Jamal Murray-less Denver Nuggets. With the celebration that happened post-game with Anthony Davis, you would have thought that the Lakers had just won the Western Conference. They were headed to the NBA Finals. Anthony Davis, all excited, acting like the alpha male that he is clearly not, claiming the Lakers are back. I don't know if AD noticed. I didn't see LeBron James on the floor Monday night. The only way, and I mean the only way, the Lakers are really back is if LeBron James is 100% healthy. I thought LeBron was pulled early Sunday night in that loss to the Raptors for precautionary reasons. Oh, he's fine, he's fine. We're just being real careful with him. Oh, really? Really? Is LeBron James practicing load management now? Your team is in danger of being in the play-in game. And in one of the biggest games left in the regular season, LeBron James doesn't play? Wait a minute. I thought his health wasn't a concern at this point. If you tell me you're pulling someone as a precaution, in my eyes, that player's healthy, but we're just limiting his minutes trying to get him back into game shape. That's the way I look at that. When that same player sits the very next night, like I said, in one of the biggest games left in the regular season, that is a red flag to me. LeBron James is not healthy. And without a healthy LeBron, the Lakers are far from being back, no matter what Anthony Davis wants to claim. After the loss to the Raptors on Sunday night, AD said the Lakers couldn't get any lower than they were at that point, that things couldn't get any worse. Oh, things can get a lot worse. Matter of fact, they got worse for the Lakers not long after Anthony Davis said that. It was announced that Dennis Schroeder will miss the next 14 days in the NBA's health and safety protocols. Guess that means that he was exposed to someone with the COVID? I don't know. What I do know is him essentially missing the remainder of the regular season is a big problem for the Lakers. I told you guys yesterday, this team already has no cohesion, no chemistry. They are not playing well together. That's why you see them go through these scoring droughts that they go through. It happened Sunday night against the Raptors, happened again Monday night against the Nuggets, though the Lakers ended up winning that game anyway. Dennis Schroeder missing the remainder of the regular season, that is a big deal. Both he and LeBron James, they are the only facilitators the Lakers have offensively. LeBron, of course, isn't healthy, and your other facilitator is missing significant time at the worst part of the season. Now, why is this important? Because the Lakers have zero rhythm offensively already. You can't expect Dennis Schroeder and LeBron to just show up for the playoffs and it just be a seamless transition. Suddenly, everything just falls into place. It doesn't work like that. This is the equivalent of Drew Brees missing the last 6 weeks of the regular season in the NFL and coming back for the playoffs. The Saints' offense is all about precision and timing. You can't develop that sitting on the sidelines. It's the same thing in the NBA. You develop chemistry and rhythm during the regular season. So by the time you get into the playoffs, everything is second nature. You don't have to think. The Brooklyn Nets, they are going to have this same problem, I think. Their big three of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden, they haven't played together much this season. Now, the difference between the Nets and the Lakers is all three of those guys in Brooklyn, they're expected to be healthy for the playoffs. We can't say the same thing about LeBron James at this point. When you are a superstar in playoff level basketball and you're not healthy, you have a tendency to overcompensate. You try too hard. The threat of furthering your injury always in the back of your mind. Add that to the fact that the Lakers core hasn't played together much throughout the season, and you've got a recipe for disaster. LeBron has been out for 6 weeks. Anthony Davis missed 2-3 months. Then you add Andre Drummond, Ben McLemore into the mix. And no wonder this team doesn't have any cohesion right now. Sometimes I think fans have unrealistic expectations when star players return to the lineup. LeBron and Anthony Davis are back. We'll be fine for the playoffs. No. The Lakers are in big trouble heading into the playoffs. If I were a fan of the Lakers, I would be really concerned with the injury to LeBron James. Not only for the rest of this season, but going forward. This is the second time in 3 years that LeBron has missed significant time due to an injury. For the majority of his career, he has been durable. He's been available. Now, is the body of LeBron James starting to break down? Seems to be the case to me. This same thing happened to Kobe Bryant late in his career. Kobe rarely missed a game due to injury. Then he hits 35, 36 years old, tears his Achilles, was never the same player. Now, LeBron's current injury isn't nearly that serious, but the problem is he is starting to experience these injuries at a rate that hasn't been that way his entire career. More regularity is what I'm trying to say. Now, when the Lakers mortgaged their future to bring in Anthony Davis, the thinking was LeBron can play another 3, maybe 4 years, teach Anthony Davis how to lead, how to win, and AD would be the successor once LeBron retired. It was similar to the career trajectory of LeBron James, if you think about it. He went down to Miami, Dwayne Wade mentored him, taught him how to win, how to lead, and LeBron became the best player of this generation. That's how it was supposed to work with LeBron and Anthony Davis. LeBron would be paying it forward, so to speak, helping AD and setting up the Lakers for the future. The problem is that plan is extremely flawed because Anthony Davis is not LeBron James, and he never will be that caliber of player. Anthony Davis has superstar level talent, but he doesn't have it up here. Monday night was a clear example of what I'm talking about. You think LeBron James would have been celebrating like that after a regular season win against the Denver Nuggets? You think LeBron would have been pounding his chest, telling the entire world that we're back? No. He might have been happy. He may have been excited for a second or two, but then it's back to business as usual. LeBron would act like he had actually won a big game in the regular season before. Now, I know some of you are looking at that win against the Nuggets as a step in the right direction for the Lakers, but I don't think it means anything at all. I believe there are some real issues right now in Los Angeles, besides the health of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You've got a guy like Kyle Kuzma, essentially calling out Frank Vogel publicly for not playing Marc Gasol enough. Now, this is an issue on multiple fronts. One, in order for Marc Gasol to get more minutes, you would have to take minutes from Andre Drummond. A guy in the prime of his career. And you want to take his minutes and give them to Marc Gasol, whose prime playing days are well behind him? You know what? Maybe Kyle Kuzma is right. He might be. I mean, Marc Gasol did give the Lakers a spark Monday night when Andre Drummond got into foul trouble. Here's the thing, though. Kyle Kuzma doesn't have the juice to speak publicly about this. Dude, you're like the 5th option on this team. You have been a disappointment. You don't have the juice to basically tell Frank Vogel that he is making a mistake with his rotation. All this does is create more tension in a locker room that can't handle more tension right now. Now, I'm sure someone has pulled Kyle Kuzma aside and got on him for this, or at least I hope they have. I imagine LeBron James might have said something to him. I can tell you for a fact that Anthony Davis probably hasn't, because he's not a leader. Now, I mentioned yesterday that LeBron is all of a sudden tripping about this play-in tournament, and for good reason. He knows the Lakers are vulnerable. He knows that he is vulnerable right now because he's not healthy. Mark my words, the Lakers are done. They are done. The season's over for them. Everything that can go wrong has already went wrong for them this season. To be honest, I think an early playoff exit for the Lakers could actually be a blessing in disguise. LeBron James needs the rest. He can come back next season at 100% and they can chase another title then. But for this season, I think it's over for him. All right, what do you guys think? Was the win against the Nuggets Monday night a turning point for the Lakers? Did they right the ship, so to speak? Are they back, as Anthony Davis likes to say? Or do you agree with me and that win is meaningless? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com. KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.